The Deepening of the European Crisis, World War II, by Geoffrey Gary-Noah. Europe would plunge into another world war after only 2 decades of peace. Hitler spelled out his ideas in the Mein Kampf, how he believed the superiority of the Aryan race was threatened by the Slavs and Jews. Hitler led an ongoing rearmament in Germany with a new type of warfare called Blitzkrieg. Austria was later annexed by Germany. Japan sought to expand its empire in Asia and began to cooperate with Nazi Germany against the Soviet Union. The war began with an attack on Poland, using an early form of Blitzkrieg, causing Britain and France to declare war on Germany. Germany launched attacks on France, the Netherlands, and Belgium, from which they quickly surrendered. Many British and French troops were saved at the Miracle of Dunkirk. The Soviet Union declared war when Hitler decided to invade Russia.
Following Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, the U.S. declared war on Japan and ultimately on Nazi Germany. The U.S., USSR, and Great Britain formed the Grand Alliance, focused on the unconditional surrender of the Axis powers. Soon, the war was turning in favor of the Allies. The Soviets forced the surrender of the German Sixth Army in the Battle of Stalingrad and continued to push towards Berlin. The U.S. established naval superiority in the Pacific after defeating Japan at the Battle of Midway. Months of meticulously planned deception culminated in an amphibious attack on Normandy, led by General Eisenhower. The Allies successfully reclaimed Paris and continued to push towards Germany, eventually joining forces with the Soviets there a year later. President Truman's decision to drop the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, coupled with Hitler's suicide, brought a conclusion to World War II. The treatment of those conquered by the Nazis depended on their race. Land from the Slavic people was stolen and given to ethnic Germans. German brutality led to the formation of resistance groups, most of which were crushed by the Gestapo and the SS. Nazi Germany carried out the final solution, an ethnic genocide of the Jews. Finding the Einsatzgruppen too slow, they created concentration and death camps, where Jews, political dissidents, gypsies, and homosexuals were forced into slave labor and killed.
During World War II, Japan created the Great East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere and used its military to terrorize the subject people. There was also mobilization of people during this time. In Britain, Dig for Victory and Grow Your Own Food campaigns helped maintain food production. The Soviet Union increased military and industrial mobilization. The United States recovered from the Great Depression by increasing production of war goods. In Germany, Hitler refused to cut production of consumer goods. In Japan, the Bushido Code of one's loyalty encouraged men to become soldiers. World War II also saw the introduction of civilian bombings. The German Air Force Luftwaffe bombed London in raids called the Blitz, while British and American planes bombed German cities day and night. And in 1945, the USA dropped the first atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After World War II, Roosevelt, Stalin, and Churchill agreed to the partition of post-war Germany. And at the Yalta Conference, the three agreed to the creation of the United Nations as well. But there were tensions between Stalin and Roosevelt over allowing self-determination and free elections. At the Potsdam Conference, Truman, who replaced Roosevelt, demanded free elections in Eastern Europe, but Stalin wanted to create pro-Soviet governments in the region.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is attempting to expand into Ukraine and has already annexed Crimea. Putin is theorized to have invaded Crimea in an attempt to regain the loss of Russian prestige that followed the end of the Cold War, drawing parallels to Germany's desire to expand following the harsh conditions enforced after the Treaty of Versailles.